of the National Football League. And here's the pick artist himself, Trayvon Diggs, putting together an incredible season now in double digits with 10 picks. It's the Cowboys and the Jets, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. Again, everyone, with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU at Zach Wilson.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Loaded. Opposite. Kill.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 23 carries, 116 yards, and a trip to the end zone.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
Now it's Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the first. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Roquan Smith coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Lock it. Check.
Here's Wilson to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. Prescott now. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Cowboys at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business.
Needing a few yards here. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Running with Elliott. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. This defense for the Jets, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. On the counter, it's Matthews. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Prescott. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Marr able to put this one through, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now Wilson able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic?
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. To throw is Prescott. Another one to C.D. Lamb. He's got it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And New York set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. From the gun, it's Wilson. The ball comes out.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigated the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, though, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or two.
Throwing the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard, and he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. So far, been so good this season, well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bully. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence, and if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. John Franklin Myers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop, it's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott to throw it. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And the lead will hold at 10. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 48-yard line.
it's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
When you execute a drag or crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. He'll get it inside the 20. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. He's at the 50, 30, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
After the sack on 1st down, Wilson got a man, and he hits him in stride. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 64 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down.
And the Cowboy 1st down.
Again, it's Elliott. It's a room to maneuver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now Prescott. He'll get this to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll be brought down short of the 15, but a really good move on the run. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Throwing, Prescott. The left side completion to Jones. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. On fourth down, Prescott goes off, and on comes the Cowboy kicker, Brett Maher, for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Wilson and Wilson connecting here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And that's on big Mekhi Becton, first-round pick in 2020. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the 25-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson. Being chased out left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And the Jets are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the second quarter. The Cards locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium, and they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Kyle Phillips, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. It's Jalen Hurts with a couple of touchdown passes. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And a big reason why they have this big lead, the running game. They're over 100 yards as a team, and it's been the catalyst for this offense. Meanwhile, for the Jets, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Dak swinging this out quickly to Lamb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
First down, Cowboys.
Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It got his man complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 111 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. But that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Now Wilson on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Set, go.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing again here, Wilson. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just...
And all the way in! Touchdown, New York! Elijah Moore, 38 yards! And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. Wilson gonna throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Prescott to throw it. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
126 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. How about this? They'll try the option, left side. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A 20th carry here for Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Prescott from the gun. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. The kick by Marr is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
All again on second down. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Wilson to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Play action. Now Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Micah Parsons from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now left side on the swing pass. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
Lock it. Check.
Now it's Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on fourth down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Patrick on the tackle. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. They go to Elliott again. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And the Jets are going to get the football back. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Now Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
14 yards. That's good.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, and he gets this one to Ridley, complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That's good.
On the draw, it's Pollard. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Derwin James with a pick. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Now Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The give to Elliott. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Prescott from the gun on third. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On 2nd down and 4. Wilson. This one caught by Ridley. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Check.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a Jets.
On 1st down, Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. The give is to Elliott. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
On 3rd down, Elliott. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you just get going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Cowboys, the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.